Yo,
What's going on, man?
not much, man. What's going on?
Just another day in paradise.
All right, nice. Got a hectic day today. Hectic.
Yeah,
It's
what's
the
going
first
on?
of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. It's the first of the month. That's what it felt like today. Get up and
Cause
get
we be
out.
having a wonderful day, and I don't fight with my wife.
I wish I had my hair back. I don't have my
It's
hair
the
right
first of the
now.
month. When you be smoking, choking, sipping on 40 ounces a game.
Maybe I should grow my hair back.
Yeah, man.
But bald is the way. Low bald fade is the way. But yeah,
Aerodynamic.
man. Yeah, it's But no, the day's good, man. It's just busy trying to transition through stuff, and kids getting sick with the little colds. Being up with them at night, but you got to wake up and keep going. So, but it is what it is. Part of being a dad,
It
and
is
then
what it
managing
is, brother.
managing finances, managing crazy people, managing the economy, managing the world, every social influx, all that stuff on a daily basis. Oh man.
It's getting hard out there.
Dude, I was talking to a guy at the. I had to go to the mechanic. I had to go to the mechanic shop
Yeah.
to get some. Because on my car, you can't like they making these engines so fancy you can't even get to the spark plugs without having a certain amount. And I don't have all my tools, so to get to the spark plugs, you can't just get to them with your hand. The
Oh
inside of
no.
the panel, you got to go. You got to have the long 6 inch, you know, uh, and you need a torque. You need a torque wrench to take it out to put it back in properly. So you got to
Yeah.
have something with the magnet on it to get in there, screw it out gently, pull it out with the magnet, and then when you put in after you take off the coils, the coils come off. So I'm like, I just had to go to the mechanic so they can check it out for me. But good thing I did because they found some stuff that helped, and I have to change that. But I was talking to this guy, this older guy, like 71, 72,
Mm-hmm.
and he pulled up in a white BMW. Uh, I forgot what class it was, but with the champagne interior, you know,
Upper class.
and yeah, champagne interior,
Yeah.
and he's in Florida, and he was telling me, he got my home in Rhode Island, got a home in upstate New York, got a home in Florida, and we got a home in Georgia. And so I'm talking to the guy, I'm asking like, man, how'd you get here? Because he told me he got 2 kids. He got a daughter that just got married, a daughter that just went to college, got her master's. And oh man, I'm thinking, damn, dude set up, man. I don't know what he was doing. And the dude tells me, I say, hey man, what did you do? Like, I'm figuring this out now. I had a business, starting new stuff now, just trying to, grow and invest. Dude said he worked in a candy shop.
Dang.
That's it. That's it, bro. Oh boy, that's
That's funny.
exactly what he was in. That's probably what he was in for real. On the real candy shop.
Yeah, I just sell a lot of
Yeah,
suckers, man. Don't worry.
yeah. That's it. That's a lot of candy, bro. That's a lot of candy for the champagne interior.
So I mean, how did he? So he works for the candy shop. Like, what is he? What's his deal?
Well, the thing is, he was just explaining like the whole point was like he went through and said like, yeah, I worked in a candy shop. I started and I grew it to doing wholesale candy.
Mm-hmm.
Selling and how much he was saying. The point is like, he got into other stuff later on, but he said that working in that shop, that candy shop, is what he did his whole life, even to the point where his son is selling candy right now, right? And I'm thinking maybe it was like a business or no, he was an employee at a candy shop. And that's what he did. So candy. Until he got older, he's got into tax and cigarettes and all that stuff, which was another thing. But he was saying like, no, most of my wealth came from working, just working every day. And it was kind of cool because at his age, he realized the disparity because towards the end of him working inside of that candy shop, he started to own some, so he had to buy wholesale. He said he used to buy a chocolate bar for a nickel, for 5 cents, and basically, they would sell it for almost 70 cents. But at three times the price, they were in profit. So at 15 cents, they were in profit. They used to sell it for 70 cents. All right, so you see that big profit margin right there. Then today, he was saying for that same Hershey's, I probably can't say it, for that same chocolate bar, it costs $1 to
Mm.
just buy. So to get in the profit, they need to sell it for. That's why you see chocolate bars for like $2, $3 right now, because
Yeah.
for them to buy it at that price and then to sell it and make a profit, which now their profit margin is even smaller, because who gonna buy a candy bar for $3? That's why sometimes king size candies make the most money. But he was like, man, seeing how much stuff has changed, I don't know how much stuff is going to cost when your daughter's in college. I'm like, that's the first time I heard someone at his age kind of say it that way, straight up, like, bro, y'all got something to figure out, you know.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, just one of the things today. Thought it was an interesting little, talk with the generation above, two generations above, and
How old was
but
this
yeah,
guy?
70, 71, 72, 71,
Mm.
72. Sharp guy, man. Sharp guy. I talk to everybody when I'm out. I talk to everybody. So we were
Yeah.
having a conversation while we were waiting. So you know, but yeah, it was just interesting. He saw it. He picked it up quick. But yeah, how about you, man? How you doing? How's everything going?
Good, man. So as you know, I got I have two rental properties right now.
Uh
One I'm one I am remodeling, and the other
huh.
I'm trying to sell. So
Yeah.
just getting the just getting the one I'm selling. I'm getting the paint and stuff touched up on it. Just there was somebody renting it, and I'm just getting all the
Oof.
walls painted and stuff.
The renters. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they were pretty good. They were good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's just normal stuff. I mean, usually people who have rental properties know, you got to paint walls when someone moves out, you know, or you have to have a really strict policy of like, don't put anything up, you know.
Mm. Well, I guess that's. I mean, you see the other side of it. Most people think of it from one side.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
they love that word.
I'm the evil landlord that's covering two mortgages right now.
They love the landlord.
Yeah, it's so easy. But when there's
Yeah,
nobody renting it, it's not easy. I'll tell you that.
of course. But I don't. I'm always 50-50 on things because a bad landlord makes it bad for all the other landlords.
Oh yeah, but
You know,
same with a bad tenant.
that's right. Yeah,
I was dealing with uh,
yeah,
younger tenants, and it left a bad taste in my mouth for younger people because people my own age, never had a problem with them. But as soon as we got some of the new up and coming generation,
yeah,
uh, just didn't want to communicate all that stuff that everyone's worried about. Like a lot of people are talking about it in the landlord communities that there's a lot of entitlement coming through. So if you can, you know, I don't
well,
discriminate, but
that that's an interesting thing, right? I'm not. someone might take, I might give them the marketing idea, but I'll give it to you first. That might actually be, you might be able to give the solution to the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's a
Yeah.
problem, right? If they don't want to communicate, you might have to open up the text message thing. You know,
Oh, you
everything.
have to open all that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to talk to the landlord. I don't want to talk to you. I want to know that you care and you're keeping the place clean. And not, but hey, text message. It's the best thing. Because some landlords don't like that, and it gets tricky. You know what? It gets tricky too with laws. You got to make sure you follow all laws of communication. You know, you got to hand people. You know, you got to hand people notices, and they got to see it. They got to sign it. All that stuff. So maybe the guys who've been doing landlords the longest already know. They probably tried all that stuff, and if it don't work, it probably screw them in the end. So they just stop doing it.
Yeah. But other than that, uh, I got my other place. I got the places I'm renovating all drywall starting this week and tile and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what's going on with that. That should be good.
Nice.
I'm trying to get all the noisy stuff done because then I can start um, renting it back
Mm-hmm.
once it's just little touch ups. I don't think people mind that, but you know, people are weird about construction noise. They just are.
Yeah, they want that magic.
Yeah.
Hey, how did you get this thing fixed? Oh man, I just went. Sling. No problem.
It's like it's like Kitchen Nightmares. I was watching it the other day. You know, uh,
Mm.
they go through. Gordon Ramsay goes through and you know fights with all the people the first day, and then like the second day, everyone comes in the morning, and he's like, I remodeled the whole lobby
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah.
Like new. I mean, they didn't do a whole lot, but it was still. I mean, it had to be a crew of 20 people working on top of each other.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Just the chaos that place was that night. I mean,
And the fact that it's a production kitchen, you
yeah.
know, I know that role. So all that stuff that was new was probably rented. They got to get it all set up, put in, locked down, running, gas lines.
Then at the end, you think he's like, let's take it all out. You get nothing. You're
Yeah.
horrible people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy
Yeah.
how people on that show, how people just, they just pretend that they're good. There's so many times where he goes in and there's some chef that's like, I'm a good chef, but it's not really a chef. It's just someone who's a good salesperson, and they find these business owners to sucker, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a 5.5 star chef," when really they're a half-star chef.
I know. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Gordon Ramsay, the only time I see him say, man, that meal was exquisite. It was when he went to this old lady's house, Jamaican lady's house, and she made him rice and peas and chicken and cabbage.
Oh, you know
And
that's
and
legit.
he scraped the plate.
He's
He
like got a
scraped
spatula, dude.
ding, 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 ding. Scrumptious. You know? And that's I think like the whole idea of a chef and all that stuff. Like, man, there's people out there who make amazing things. They just don't, like you said, they don't sell themselves. You know, that's something I even had a problem with that I know back now. You know, no matter how good you are at something, people kind of want to be sold to. They want a story. They want, you know, they want a chef hat. They want somebody in the white jacket. You know, that's sometimes that's more important than the actual food. You know.
And in my experience with restaurants, which is I have probably 2 or 3 years of restaurant experience. A good chef, like they don't they're good at what they do. And this counts for like everybody. And maybe someone needs to hear this right now.
Mm.
There are so many people that are so good at what they do, but they don't want to leave their comfortable job where they have all this security. They don't sell themselves. It's always the fake ones that suck, going out and putting in, 100 resumes or something crazy like that, because they're gonna get a job. And if I think everybody who's in the workforce, you should be putting out your application a couple times a year to the places that you really want to work. You would be amazed. You would be amazed how fast you rise to the top.
That's an interesting and hard one.
You'd be
I
amazed. Just and let your
Go ahead.
boss know. Let your boss know too. Hey, uh, I got this offer. You know,
Ooh, ooh,
I got this offer.
ooh.
Are you gonna beat it, or
You
you
mean
gotta be.
after they land it? After they land the new
You
job?
have to land it. You have
Oh,
to
okay,
land
gotcha.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Thanks
yeah,
for clarifying that.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Please don't.
yeah.
Please don't go to your boss and say I'm applying. I just decided to go to your competitor and apply because I love you as a boss so much. It's not what's going to get you a raise. I mean, it might. This day and age, that might get you a raise. I have heard of that happening in the construction world where someone found out someone else was applying and all of a sudden he had a meeting with the boss and he came out with a smile.
See, bro, here's the thing too. See, all these people, all these new gurus and not relationship, but work experts, and keep telling people about how they need to apply to a job, and that applies to one industry. That applies to if you go into corporate America. If you go in corporate America, then okay, there's certain rules and guidelines that you follow, and it's kind of the same thing, and they know how to. But that's not the same thing as working in every other industry. It's not the same thing as working in construction. Definitely not. Definitely not in the service industries. Definitely not in the food industry, the bar industry. All these different places, and people. I think everyone's applying. Oh, these are the rules of applying for a job. You must have a cover letter. You must have a resume. But I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. That reaching out for the thing that you really want and doing it that way may put people in a better place than going on Indeed and putting their resumes. Like everyone's saying, like, oh, I filled out applications for 150 jobs, or somebody was saying that they feel like 500 resumes over the past couple months applying to jobs and they haven't gotten anything. And well, I know that the back end of that, like anybody who's in HR, the back end, they're not even seeing them resumes. People think that their resumes are going to someone. If it don't make it through the machine first, it's not even getting there.
No,
But
you have to go through ZipRecruiter because that's guaranteed to get your resume in front of the right person.
yes, ZipRecruiter.com. We like ZipRecruiter. They're our sponsor. Yeah, everyone. I'm not saying that these things don't work. I'm saying that everyone's using it. Everyone's using it. Everyone's using LinkedIn. Apply it, but I think it's kind of the game is kind of changed. If you got a skill, you might want to reach out to that French, you know, perfume house and say, "Look, I made this smell called Bou Bon Bon. Bou Bon Bon is gonna change the world, but I know partnering with you will take it to the level of expertise that I know you have, and I want to learn. I want to now. I want to work." Man, doors might open. Doors might open that way. Hey, babe, what's up?
I just got the contractor contract. Do you want to take a look at it with me?
Yeah. As soon as I get done, I'll take a look. It's a whole contract. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you worried about it?
Yeah, I just want us to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll look at it. It doesn't have to go to a lawyer or nothing like that, right? It's not. Is it how long is it? One page?
Um,
I'll look at it. It's just a contract, right? Yeah, I'll look at it. All right. All right. Sorry. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
No, I was just saying that the way I think everyone's applying for jobs is kind of the same. Everyone's going through LinkedIn, Indeed,
Oh
filling
yeah,
out the form.
waste
But
of
I don't
time.
know. Yeah, maybe the game is like everything that I've ever worked with has been like, hey, I know you, or I don't know you, or you know someone I know, or something like that, and I want to do this in every situation. Or I'm doing my thing, and someone says, hey, you're talented. Oh man, let's go talk about it. Is this something that you might need in the future? Because then 3 years down the road, you know, oh man, remember I have an opening. Hey, I'm free. Oh, boom.
Yeah,
I think that's the part that's missing. You know, so I don't know, just an idea. Hopefully, someone that helps somebody because I think everybody knows the regular approach, but maybe take the creative approach. Creativity, the creative approach might help.
yeah. I it's a hard one for me, man, because I see so many. I see so many jobs that I actually want to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get out of work right now. I'm trying to stick with what I have, make the most out of it, do it for as short amount of time as I can,
Mm-hmm.
make sure I'm making at the top of my earning, scale within whatever
Mm-hmm.
industry I'm doing it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then get out. But dude, I would love to go back and be a excavator driver or like one of those logging truck cutters that grabs the trees and like slices them. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun, dude. I'd love to be a machinist and work, cutting out metal parts, programming those machines and stuff. That sounds fun, but I'd have to do it as a hobby now because uh, I've already I've already had to pick my career. I can't lower my pay scale and jump into something like that. You
That's
know?
crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me. That's one of my pet peeves. Like I'm not saying, I know people say, oh, you got to work in your passion and all that stuff. Well, I don't agree with that. I agree with that maybe 50%. But I think it's
Yeah.
crazy that someone can't work in a job and make enough money. You know, I know that there's supply and demand, but someone that, if you want to be a machinist, you should be able to go be a machinist and have a viable income from it. Maybe it is right now. Definitely, it probably is.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah. I'm not saying it's not a viable income. All those jobs pay real good, even starting
yeah,
out. But I
yeah,
can just make so much more in my field because of the amount of time that I put into it. I'm saying
of course.
if I had multiple lives, I would love to go see what it would be like to be a heavy equipment operator. Um, because I asked them about the job and stuff too, and they're like, "You're an electrician? Oh, dude, I wish I did that because you guys are making all the money." And and they're not wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of fun though to drive this giant piece of machinery around, especially if you don't, you know, it's not necessarily yours. You get in trouble if you break it, but it's kind of like playing in a giant sandbox all day. It's stressful. I'm sure it's just like electrical. When you start out, everything's very stressful because you have no idea what's behind that wall or under that boulder. It could be
Mm-hmm.
a nasty gas line or a water line. I mean, I've been in some excavating situations where it's nerve-wracking. Like you're trying to find the wire or the pipe and you got this big old shovel just going into the blindly into the ground, and it's like, what was that? What was that?
Mm-mm.
You scraping metal? I heard something. Stop, 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 stop. Pull it back out. you know, it's not all fun and games, but sometimes it would be fun. Like if you knew there was nothing underground, that would be fun. Just to, I'm planning on buying property and developing it, so maybe I'll get to.
Yeah.
It's almost the same to hire people out as it is to like rent the machine and struggle through it without knowing what to do. But I'd love to like at least build my
Um,
road or something, you know?
yeah, I don't think that's for everybody, bro. I think that take a certain focus because
Yeah.
so well, you know what, No, 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 no. It take a certain person. I don't
I'm
care. I don't care.
I'm
It take
gonna
a
buy
certain person.
something out there, whether it's just a tractor with a shovel, I mean with a
Mm-hmm.
scoop and a backhoe
Mm-hmm.
on it. I
Mm-hmm.
might do that. I might get a little track hoe that drives around on tracks just to build my motorcycle courses and stuff.
Oh, a track hole. That sounds that brings up something totally different. Nah, okay, yeah, nah. I don't know. I don't know if you believe in like I think it's called a timeline theory. So there's like the idea that there's multiple versions of you right now, and like that thing that you wishing about, there's another Nate that's already on the excavator, maybe looking at the electrician saying, "Oh, I want to be like that." It's already in our brain to be all these things that we have in our brain to be. There are already another universe or another version of that already running, and as much whatever we put, like you said, energy into, we tap into that other timeline. You know, butterfly effect.
Maybe that's what the Death Dozer was all about. It was just a different version of me, just like I'm
Mm.
done driving
Mm-hmm.
that bulldozer through that town.
Dang.
That's one of the coolest stories I've ever heard. I mean, I don't think anybody got hurt, so it's like that's that's one of the better parts about it. But just the fact that a guy was so smart and he used his skills to take down like a whole town, like in real life. That's not a movie. That's not Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
That's not um what's that guy that always does those movies?
John Wick. No.
No. Gosh, I can't think of his name. Like the Equalizer and
Oh,
uh
oh, oh, oh,
Denzel. Denzel Washington.
Denzel. You talking about Denzel?
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
think I
yeah.
watched
He's
it.
always playing in movies where he's just like a normal chef until someone makes him snap. And he's like, "Excuse me, what did you just say?" And then he just destroys the town over like one comment.
And the view of that dozer, that helicopter view reminds me of The Sims. You know the video game The Sims.
Yeah, he just come through. Boom,
You know,
boom, 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 boom.
it just clears out. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, all of us that are in that industry know you can't stop that thing. If bullets can't get in there and he's got some kind of air coming to him, that's better than a tank. Like tanks have
How
vulnerable spots. A dozer like that does not have many vulnerable spots.
how did he get stopped again? Did he get a flat? What happened? What something simple
So,
stopped him, right?
yeah, so there was some kind of weird thing with the
Oil lines.
no, the courthouse or the city hall or the library, something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
when it was built, there was like a basement that went out to here, right?
Ah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
they
That's what it
added
was.
onto it, and the
Yeah,
sidewalk wasn't real. The sidewalk was
yeah,
just, it was on top of
yeah,
basement. So as soon as his
yeah.
tread went on that sidewalk, it caved in, and he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get out.
Yeah.
That's when you heard that final gunshot.
So you telling me the bad construction guy saved the day. He didn't even know.
I mean,
They didn't make
I think that
they didn't make the basement big enough. I was gonna expand it. It's just people walking on it. Ain't gonna be no big tanks on the sidewalk.
yeah. I don't think for a couple years after that there was people popping off at the city hall council meetings or anything like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I think everyone looked at the congregation a little different.
Hey, they better stop it because people getting upset with these city councils already, bro.
Oh
People into the
man.
edge, man. There was a guy who was representing YouTube Music talking
Mhm.
to I think it was the city council of California. And in the middle of him talking to the city council, this other lady comes up next to him and goes, "Yeah, Google just fired us right there in the meeting. Right there in the meeting. They just laid us off. I think because they were unionizing or something like that. I'm not sure, but
Whoa.
I don't know.
Like they worked for Google?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They work for YouTube Music, and I think they were unionizing to do something for maybe a higher pay for the music side. But it was like a small group of people who worked just on YouTube Music. And something happened. They unionizing or something, and they just got the axe. And a lady came up to him and was like, "Hey, yeah, we just gotta let go." In the middle of talking to city council, you know, and
So
I don't
he's
know,
like, I don't
man.
have to finish this meeting because I no longer work there.
Well, the city council said it to him. "Oh, your time's up." Dang. You know, like
What
people.
was he
I don't
trying to
know.
do?
I forget. I think they were trying to unionize. They were trying to unionize something for YouTube music, like for the rights of people's music or something like that.
I gotcha.
But that kind of I'm kind of 50-50 on that because I mean, you're an employee of Google. You know, like, when people want to be able to do that, and I'm not saying you should just take anything, but I think there's always a better way to work it out besides like fight the corporation. Just don't participate. If you don't want to be a part of the corporation, don't participate. It's kind of
Dude, they gotta be like companies gotta be careful with all this layoff stuff. Cause I remember growing up in Washington State where you have Boeing, right? The big boy.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
got Boeing. And most of my childhood, if people came through our town and were like, I work for Boeing, dude, they'd
yeah.
have nice stuff. It was always like, if you can land a job at
Big
Boeing,
deal. Yeah,
that's like getting a senator job. You're
yeah,
just like, oh,
yeah,
he's set.
yeah.
Um, but then I noticed as I got older and Boeing was like starting to get a reputation of like always laying people off.
Hmm.
That didn't used to be such a good thing. Like people were kind of like, you work for Boeing? Oh, that's cool. It just wasn't and the same, like Google has that right now where, you know, oh, I'm going to get a job at Google. That's got some gold to it. Like people are really like, ooh, I'm
Yeah,
going to tell my friends, I got a job with Google. Same with like Intel and places like that. People
yeah,
are like,
yeah.
oh, you got a job with that? Oh, yes, that's good. They treat their employees really well. Well, when they stop doing that, it loses that power. And I say you can pay people less if you have that power, um, and they're gonna lose it, or they could. I don't know if they care.
And the thing is, just even like maybe last year or 2 years ago, all the tech companies they were having that pull because all their employees were doing a day in the life, at my tech job at Google, and they would go through, they would wake up, they would go to the company cafeteria and get a bowl of cereal. First I'm gonna have my bowl of cereal, then I'm gonna go to the company gym, do my little workout, go to my desk, standing desk. Oh, we
I
have
have a
standing
beer at my
walking desk.
desk.
Yes, we go and get it. We have beer on tap.
I
I have
can I can bring my dog to work.
look at the froth, all that stuff, like, and then next thing you know, 2024 hit, and they letting out 18,000 people on tech jobs. So it kind of, they had the allure even
Yeah,
through social media, but then social media went back the other way and people were like, yep, 50,000 layoffs. Now people recording their layoffs, making videos. Dang, man, that's rough,
maybe they
That's
shouldn't have bought
rough.
so many sleep pods. I mean that's
Dude, why you gotta say sleep pod?
they have sleep pods, man. It's like these little napping chambers. You go up into them, and it looks like someone coming out of an egg. They got their feet just hanging out, and it's this big like pod, and you're just like, dang, who's in there?
Someone sleeping. Sleep
Dude,
pod.
they pulled some good pranks on people in those sleep pods.
Of course. Of course, dude. Well, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you know what it also does though. You know what it also does. What do people are aspiring to, right? I didn't believe the statistic, but they said like most kids, the main thing that they said they want to be when they grow up is a YouTube influencer. I don't know if that's true. I just saw the stat, but that's what
Wow,
most.
man.
If that's what most kids are aspiring to, then maybe we got other problems. Maybe we got other things to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there aren't the Boeings anymore. There aren't, I don't know if people want to go work at a place like a giant tech company or something like that. What are people going to be aspiring to go do? Like little kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a spaceman. Okay, they get a little older. Then they get into middle school. What do you want to do? Man, I don't think I want to be a spaceman, but I want to be a doctor, you know. And okay, well, I don't want to be a doctor. What, maybe I can work for this company. You know, I don't know if that allure is gonna be there. That yeah, I'm gonna go work for this company, man. And I'm gonna be there, and they're gonna take care of me. And you know, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be there. You got to ask somebody young, like, what do you want to be?
I actually have to go though.
Yeah,
I got to go have dinner with my wife, so I'm trying to. I know
done,
this place is closing, so I got to get out.
done,
But sweet man, I'll talk to
done.
you later.
We'll catch up later. All right,
Good talking with you.
all right, peace.